In this video, we're talking all about digital marketing, what it is, how it works, as well as diving into some of the most proven and effective digital marketing strategies available today. Let's get to it. Hey there, my name is Adam Erhart, Modern Marketing Strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you generate more leads, customers, and sales by making better marketing. So if you're interested in learning the latest and greatest marketing strategies, tools, tips, tricks, and tactics, well, you may want to consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Alright, so let's talk digital marketing. Specifically, in this episode, we're going to be pulling back the curtain on what is arguably one of the most complicated and yet significant and most powerful aspects of running a business, and that is digital marketing. By the end of this episode, you're going to leave with not only a better understanding of what digital marketing is and how it all works, but actually how it applies in the real world, because theory and academic stuff and all that kind of book knowledge is nice to have, and it can play a role in helping you form a foundation and base knowledge, but it's a completely different story when we take all those concepts and theories and we actually apply them in the real world. And that's what I want to help you with here. But before we dive into the theoretical and academic stuff, as well as the practical and actual applications of digital marketing, first we need to decode what exactly we're talking about here. After all, when it comes to digital marketing, there is no lack of confusion, and I blame myself as a marketer for being part of the problem. After all, we're infamous for using complicated jargon and technical words like SEO, PPC, CTA, CTR, and I could go on with dozens and dozens more. To make matters worse, people often associate digital marketing with complex online software, coding, or these really complicated funnels that take teams of dozens and dozens of people just to keep running. No wonder there's still so much confusion around it, and so many otherwise very smart and savvy business owners still avoid it. Now, of course, digital marketing does have some more complicated and technical aspects involved, but that doesn't mean you need to know what every single one of them is and how to do them all. In fact, even just a broad or general understanding of all the different pieces will allow you to thrive in today's digital marketplace. Because at the end of the day, digital marketing is actually a pretty simple concept. But before we dive into all the specifics, first a quick shout out to this episode's sponsor, Charity Swipes. Charity Swipes has created a way for business owners to help charities, but without costing them a penny. Just like Square or PayPal, Charity Swipes is a credit card processing company. The difference is when your business takes a payment, a portion of the processing fee, which normally goes to Visa or MasterCard, is instead directed towards a charitable organization. Best part is, Charity Swipes guarantees to provide you with a lower rate than you currently pay to take cards. So if you want to start saving money while also helping charitable organizations, make sure to check out the link in the descriptions below. Alright, so let's get back to it. What exactly is digital marketing? Well, brace yourself for this one, but digital marketing is just marketing done digitally. Yep, that's kinda it. Meaning, the same concepts and principles and theories that apply when marketing your business, well, these are all gonna be applied, but done on digital platforms like social media, through email, and other online channels. Basically, if you're using a digital platform to communicate your business's value to your customers, then you, my friend, are digital marketing. So how does digital marketing work? Well, the reality, like we just covered, is that digital marketing works much the same way as offline or traditional marketing does. In fact, when you hear somebody talking about digital marketing, they're referring more to the tools and the digital and online aspect of those tools rather than the underlying strategy behind it, which should always be formed on foundational and really marketing fundamentals. So now that we've got that covered, that digital marketing is really just marketing done with digital tools, well, what are the best tools available and the best way to make digital marketing work for you? Well, the very first step when it comes to creating an effective digital marketing strategy is to first identify your market. You see, this is going to be the same whether we're talking traditional or digital marketing, but the first step is always in identifying that target market, that ideal customer or prospect or potential person that you really want to connect with. Now, the reason this is such a foundational piece of an overall strategic campaign is because without the right person in mind, well, nothing else is really going to matter. So spend a little bit of time and do some digging into your ideal target market. What are their demographic details, like their age, gender, income, occupation, things of that nature? Also, what are their geographic details? Where do they live? What city, state, province, country, things like that. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, what are their psychographic details? Things like their attitudes, interests, opinions, and behaviors. The better you're able to form a really clear picture of who your ideal market is, well, the more effective your digital marketing strategy, or marketing strategy in general, is going to be. Alright, so once you've got your market clearly identified, it's time to move on to step 2, message. Now, when it comes to creating a really effective message, one of the things that I like to advise is that you take a look at your clients or your customers, basically the market that you've just identified, well, take a look at their miracles and miseries. Their miracles are going to be things like their wants and their needs, their goals and their dreams. Again, the better you understand your market, well, the better you're going to understand their miracles. And ideally, your business is going to be the one that's positioned to deliver those miracles for them. The flip side of that, of course, is their miseries. What are their fears, their frustrations, their pains, their nightmares, and all the things they're trying to avoid? Again, step 2 is going to be pretty much the same whether we're talking traditional or digital marketing. And the third step is media. And this is where things really differentiate between traditional and digital marketing, because it's here that we're going to be making the choice for which platform we're going to be using to communicate our message with our market. Now, when we're talking about traditional media, we're talking about things like the newspaper or the radio or direct mail or any form of print, really. Digital, on the other hand, is going to include things like social media, online video, email marketing, online pay-per-click advertising, things of that nature. Where things get really exciting though, and where digital marketing is such an effective overall strategy to deploy, is that, well, pretty much everyone, regardless of age or gender or income or occupation, pretty much everyone is online these days, which means that no matter who you're trying to reach, you can reach them with digital marketing. Not only that, but digital marketing also has some other benefits above traditional marketing. Namely the fact that the targeting is just so dialed in with digital platforms. Also, the time to get data back is significantly reduced. Meaning if you create an ad and put it in the newspaper or in a magazine, you're going to have to wait a period of days, weeks, maybe even months for your market to see your message and react or not react. Digital marketing, on the other hand, well, you can create an ad and put it out to your market in as little as a few hours and get immediate response, letting you know if you're on track or if something needs to be changed. Alright, so now that we've got all that covered, what are some of the most effective digital marketing strategies available today? Well, when it comes to digital marketing, there's no shortage of available strategies. No shortage of opinions that goes along with each of those strategies either. Social media gurus say you need to be using more social media. Email marketing advocates preach the benefits of reaching your customers directly in their email inbox. Video marketing experts say everybody needs to be creating more videos. And online advertisers tell you that the best return on investment is with online ads. So, who's right? Well, in reality, they all are, because it's going to depend on your market, your message, and your media. Basically, we need to figure out who you're trying to reach, what the message is that you're trying to communicate, and which online or digital platform is going to be best aligned with you, your business, your industry, and your customers. Unfortunately, where many people get lost and confused is they take a look at all these different things, realize that they might all work, so they start doing everything. And one thing I can tell you with certainty, after years of being a digital marketing consultant and owning a marketing agency, is that you definitely do not need to do everything. In fact, most of your results are going to come from 1, 2, maybe even 3 carefully selected and strategically deployed channels at most. So to help you choose which one may be best for you and your business, these are some strategies we use inside the agency every single day for our clients and have proven to be some of the most effective forms of digital marketing available today. The first is, of course, social media marketing. You simply can't argue with the proven results that you're able to achieve with a strategically deployed social media marketing campaign. Now, there are nuances between how the campaign is deployed and how we're going to leverage it, but it really comes down to using one or a combination of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, depending on the market and depending on the client and their customers. Regardless, having a social media presence today is pretty much mandatory, and doing the best you can will provide a real and tangible return on investment. The other strategy that we consistently use is online advertising. Again, most of the social media platforms do have the option to use both organic social media, which means unpaid or just regular posting content, as well as paid online advertising, where you're basically paying them for distribution. Again, we take a look at the market and essentially what we're trying to get across, and then make a strategic decision between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the Google Display Network. As a fun fact, some of our highest ROI campaigns have almost always come from social media online advertising. Yeah, it can be a bit of a bear to learn when you're first getting started and can be a bit of a trick to figure everything out, but once you've got it dialed in, it's a really powerful concept. The other strategy we almost always deploy, and certainly with our local clients, is search engine optimization, or SEO for short. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with SEO, it involves optimizing the website to appear higher in the search rankings, so when someone's typing in a search term, your business appears top of the line. Alright, so now that we've got all that covered, the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the original version of this video I've got linked up right here. It's short, but it's one of the most popular videos on my channel and provides another perspective on what digital marketing is and how it all works. So make sure to check that one out now. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on The Modern Marketing Show.